Morocco. Warm waves, beautiful right-hand point breaks, incredible food, and super friendly people. What isn't there to like? Over the last 2 winters, I've been putting as much ocean time in as money and time will allow, as the Wavepool isn't a substitute for getting pounded by the ocean and learning some ocean craft. However, today, it's not just about getting drilled by some Moroccan point breaks. As many of you know, I'm more than happy to share the fails along with the wins, and this vlog is no different. But today, there is actually some good news to share. If you're wondering about the crossover from the Wavepool to the ocean, then this vlog is definitely for you. I'm James Davis, and I've been a skydiver for over 20 years, jumping and competing all around the world. In the last 18 months, I've been surfing at the Wavepool in Bristol to see if wave pools can do for surfing what wind tunnels did for skydiving. I wanted to see what would happen if an average surfer trained at the Wavepool for a year, if they could learn to get barreled, sharing all the mistakes, learning points and experiences along the way. I live in an urban environment in the UK, miles from consistent and pumping surf. A few years ago I went all in on the Wavepool at Bristol, as I believed it was an opportunity for someone like me, who's always loved surfing but never lived by the sea, to achieve some sort of progression in surfing and start enjoying the pastime that's been so hard to get involved in. My personal belief has always been that the Wavepool is a gym, an artificial training centre to help stay current, train independent of weather in a controlled environment, and achieve technical learning at crazy speeds if you combined good coaching, video analysis, and lots of practice. But it was never going to be a shortcut for time in the ocean or replace real surfing on real waves. So over the last 2 winters, I've been trying to make the most of cheap flights to Morocco and build up my ocean craft. When I first got in the water in Morocco, I quickly got out and went straight back to the beach, dropped off the shortboard and pulled out my mid-length. I realised very quickly that I wouldn't be whizzing down the famous right-hand point breaks anytime soon, and anyone who has watched or surfed anchors will know many people are in the lineup, and that for a visitor it borders on madness trying to even catch a wave. I also knew that if I could stay out longer in the water, paddle around the waves easier and have a bit more stability, then my chances of identifying and getting to the peak to try and catch waves would actually improve. And it was a good call, as was hooking up with Snoopy to get some direction in my surfing. If you've been out to the local surfing area at Tagazout, they'll have seen him flying around the waves with a smile on his face. Big boards, short boards, or liars, it doesn't matter. He absolutely kills it. Finding someone with the proper wealth of knowledge, who can execute what they're talking about, and who can also communicate properly is not easy. However, Snoopy has all these attributes. You just have to ask anyone who's been surf guiding with him, they'll all agree. He just loves surfing, the ocean, and helping people. In fact, in my last surf at Anchor Bay, I saw Ramsey Bokum, the world tour surfer and childhood friend of Snoopy, asking him to watch some of his waves and give him feedback as he was on a new board. Even world tour surfers respect Snoopy when it comes to surfing. High praise indeed. I've left the links for all his information in the description below. Anchor Point is arguably the most well-known wave in the area, and for good reason. The long, peeling point break rides are incredible. However, the spot is very, very popular, and getting waves is hyper-competitive. It can get pretty aggy out there until some locals step in to regulate the lineup. So combine good waves, lots of surfers wanting to catch them, and a relatively high level of surfing, then I'd say there are many better options for intermediates like me to paddle out in. I'm totally against doing any stupid shit well beyond someone's ability in any outdoor sport, but it can be very productive playing in areas just 20% above your own ability. So on this day, I got myself involved, paddled into a couple, and you can see what happened. Neither were particularly great, but it does highlight why core fundamentals are so important. Look at this wave here. The eyes are looking down instead of down the line. Bigger waves, steeper drops, lots of people threatening to catch the wave you've just turned for. There are loads of distractions for a surfer like me. So when anxiety is high, everything happens a lot quicker and it's hard to focus on anything in the moment, which is why fundamentals and having good technique are so important. So when it comes to the moment, you don't have to think about it, because you can't. Anyways, I did manage to get a wave and break my cherry at anchors and actually start riding down a point break in Morocco. Now the takeoff is missing, but as you can see I did get a few turns in. Once I made the drop and got through all the people in the lineup, All I was thinking about was not falling. But for now, let's celebrate the small wins. I broke my anchor point cherry and actually got to catch a proper Moroccan right-hand point break wave. Onwards and upwards, as they say. In the next vlog, we get some input from Snoopy on these turns and try to work out how to unlock the next level. Until then, enjoy your surfing wherever that may be.